Hello, welcome to GottaBeReel movie reviews with Thommi
Hey.
and Jules. And right now we're reviewing Barbarian. It's not in movie theaters anymore, but you could stream it. Where was it streaming?
HBO Max. It should be on HBO Max.
Yes.
Yes.
And other places too, but if you
Platform.
have HBO Max, then you can see it for free. Otherwise,
you can probably, you may be able to get it on demand now, but
it is. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about Barbarian. I was excited when I seen the previews for this.
Well, it's still in some theaters. I'm sorry.
A few.
Yeah.
It's in a few.
Yeah, I googled it.
I wonder why they do. I'm not sure why they do that. I don't know if it's
because they let it just
demographics in the areas or what. I don't know. But if I can stream it at home, especially if I've had a long week and I can't get to the theater because we see a lot of movies. If I've had a long week and I can just stream it at home, then I'll do that. But I am a firm believer in supporting theater.
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay. So let's talk about Barbarian. This is a horror movie.
It's rated R. It's a rated R horror movie. How
often do you see that anymore? Gosh.
They've been PG-13 so much.
I know why it was rated R. I almost puked, but I'm not going to say anything. But go ahead.
1 hour and 42 minutes long.
Okay.
And it stars Georgina Campbell as Tess. Mm-hmm. You might recognize her from like Black Mirror. I love Black Mirror.
I remembered her. I remembered her face. Yes.
Yeah.
I do remember her.
I
did watch that.
Yeah, Bill Skarsgård. You definitely know his face.
Every one of the freaking Skarsgård brothers.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure their mom and dad are like super proud, like the Wayans parents, because
sure
like
too.
all of your freaking sons are like freaking fantastic actors. Gosh, you did a fantastic job, parents raising the children.
Bravo, Mr. and Mrs. Skarsgård.
Okay. Seriously.
And to all these other parents, these actors.
They got, but all the brothers are highly successful. All of the Wayans are highly successful. Even some of the girls. It's like, they had a lot of kids, and boy, did they do a good job. But,
yeah, they did.
Okay, we'll stick to our script here because we can do this all day.
Justin Long plays AJ.
You know what I think every time I see Justin Long in a movie?
What do you think?
Derry from Jeepers Creepers.
Okay.
I still just cannot believe that he got killed and he just peeled his face off and took his eyeballs out, and I still can't believe that happened. But we know him from Derry.
Can you believe what
and
happened
also
to him
Tusk.
Here?
Tusk.
Oh my gosh.
Let me not say that. I should have.
Why did you even bring that up?
I just made myself sick. Okay,
I had to wash my brain after that one.
Oh gosh, I wanted to scrub my eyeballs.
Did I just watch? Why? Because they were talking about it. I was like, that sounds interesting.
No.
Let me see it. And I saw it, and I wish I never saw it.
Dude,
I'm sorry to the people that made it, but
no, because every time I hear somebody talk about it, the first thing they say is it was mentally disturbing and I want it out of my head. I don't know how to get it out of my head. It makes my stomach turn. Yeah. And I like Justin Long. And the thing about him, even though, I'm sure he's probably in his late 30s or whatnot. I'm not sure, but he still has this young boy look about him. I think it's the haircut. Yeah. But I like Justin Long, but please, that's
and the voice. Okay. And then Richard Brake as Frank.
Okay.
Okay.
Now this is what is the Airbnb, right?
Yeah, in a dilapidated area of Detroit.
Yeah, a raggedy neighborhood.
So like all the houses are torn up, but this house looks nice. So they took a picture of it, like, hey, stay here.
And made you think.
You drive through like condemned homes.
It looks like gang territory. Yeah. If anybody living there, it's maybe
torn down houses.
Yeah, like you wouldn't walk. I wouldn't walk my dog in that neighborhood, but they tricked you with that picture.
Yeah,
this is why I need to see a pan.
Neighborhood. Yeah.
I need to see you pan across because. So she goes.
She gets there. It's dark. It's raining, so she doesn't know. And she pulls up. She sees, there's cars parked on the side and stuff. She can't barely see.
They probably don't work, but
yeah, she gets there and. The key is not in the lockbox, and this is all in the trailer. We're not giving anything away.
Yeah, it is.
So she knocks on the door, or whatever happens, and there's a guy in there, and he's like, "I already have this house booked," and she's like, "Well, what am I gonna do?" And he's like, "I don't know, but you can come inside because it's raining." And so she's leery, of course, because she don't know this guy.
Sorry, mistake number one.
Yeah. So then she's like, I'm going to go somewhere else. He's like, I don't know if there's anywhere to go. And did you look around outside? It's not really safe out here.
Because she wanted to sleep in her car. I mean, okay, get it. But I'm sorry, but I'm just going to drive away.
Yeah.
I'm not walking in this house with this dude that I don't know. I don't know if this is a setup. It don't sound right. Airbnb should, which they didn't call it Airbnb in the movie, but it's pretty much what it is. This shouldn't be happening.
Right.
They want to call the owners, but they can't get in touch with them. Mistake number one is just going ahead in there and just letting him give you here somewhere to sleep. And
but he looks like a nice guy, and he's
Ted Bundy.
He said you can stay in the room and you can lock the door, and I'll stay out here.
That means nothing. That lock on that door means nothing. Wasn't Ted Bundy good looking? Richard Ramirez was good looking. That means absolutely nothing. I wouldn't trust any. Matter of fact, it's the good looking ones that I probably trust even less.
But I have to tell myself this, because
trusting
although
them.
you and I would have drove the heck off
The F
ASAP,
off.
because I would have drove off, and I said that too, there wouldn't be a movie. So this is why we're here. We're talking about it.
Poor
she decided
decisions.
to stay. She decided. So she stayed. And it kind of worked out. You know, the next day she woke up.
That's what they think.
Well, she wakes up and it's like sunshiny, and she sees the neighborhood, and she's like,
what in the
What?
F did
Yeah.
I book? All right, maybe I am okay. There's the guy in the house. Okay, we made it through the night. It's cool.
But here's where okay, look. Even
the
if
second place she
look,
messed
this
up
one
at.
I'm telling myself. I'm like, okay, even if I said I stay that night, I stay in the room with the door locked, even though you said F that, don't do it.
Yes.
Even if I did that, right? Next day, I'm putting all my stuff back in the car. She only had like one bag. I'm putting all my stuff back in the car. I'm calling these people, or trying to.
I'm
but
leaving.
I'm going to stay somewhere else, because she met somebody that she knew. So I'd be like, hey, girl, can I stay with you? Or try to find another hotel.
Oh, remember he did tell her, well, the hotels are all probably booked because there's something going on in town.
yeah,
You're not going to get a room, which is probably true, which is usually true. I mean, we know that happens.
But she met with that woman. I'd have been like, I don't know how well she knew her, but she seemed like she knew her pretty well. I'd have been like, can I stay with you?
Or I'm just going to go ahead and drive to town and pull up in whatever hotel is busy and go from there, because but okay. So she did it. She got through the night. Everything seemed
okay. Till she gets back. And
this is in the previews, so you can go ahead and tell them. She's
she
hearing
goes-
him
she
calling
goes- yeah, she's hearing him calling.
from a basement, and it's dark, and she's not wanting to go down there. She's calling him, and it sounds so faint, and it sounded like a setup.
Yeah.
It's like, girl, you don't know anything about this place. You're going to go down this dark basement with this itty bitty light, a man screaming, and she's shaking the whole time, but I don't know what makes people go ahead and do it anyway, like in horror movies and stuff, because if I'm already shaking, I'm not coming in your basement. No, I'm not. I'm not saying, oh, look, maybe we should split up and let's get help. No, if I can't call the police, I'm out of there.
Yeah.
But anyway, she goes to help him. And they showed us on the previews.
Yeah.
He gets snatched up.
Yeah.
Like, pulled into the darkness from, what was that? Okay, so this guy is solid, but what the heck was that?
And you're saying, did she call the police? Yeah, she called the police. But again, the area we described is Detroit. It's already a torn down area. The police already are aware of that.
They don't
area.
really care.
They don't really care about that.
We know
area.
that, right?
There's not even that many people that like live there. There's basically this house, from what we can tell.
And it's probably
then
mainly a lot of
homeless
maybe,
people.
that's what I want to say, probably a lot of derelicts in the area, which if they know anything, most people, any horror movies anyways, there's usually that area, that farmland that the townspeople know about.
Yeah.
But they ain't saying nothing because they don't want you. They don't want that person to come after them. So they like this. Oh, she's going into that house. I'm gonna mind my own business. Where's my tea? Because I ain't saying nothing. I ain't getting involved. And people actually do that.
Yeah.
So there was really no of her getting out. But then she tries to help him, and she gets caught up in the mix. Okay. And then here's what got me about the movie. So we're watching that. You see him get snatched up. She's trying to find out what's going on. Next thing you know, well, it shows a little more, which we're not going to tell you. But then it's almost like, boom, here's another movie. Now it's Justin Long. And you're kind of sitting there like, what is happening? Wait a minute, what?
He's in California. They're in Detroit. He's in California. Yeah.
So it just almost kind of like stops abruptly and then starts telling Justin Long's story, which he comes to the same house as well. Things are kind of weird. But I thought that was, at first I thought it was so abrupt and it didn't make sense to me. But once I finished the movie, I kind of do like how they did it.
Well, they said, I think I can say this.
Why they did that?
It's fine. He owns the house.
Justin Long's character?
Yeah, yes, his character owns the house. He didn't even realize it was being rented out. So.
Oh, so now I'm seeing the protagonist. Now it's making a little bit more sense.
So he goes to the property because he's in some trouble on his own and he wants to sell it.
Oh,
and he's like, why is there people's stuff here? What's going on? So he gets dragged into it, and boom, we get pulled into another movie.
Yeah, it's almost like
we get pulled into the house's past. The house's past. So you get a clue on what's going on and who
But
might
later, because it's not in order. It's not like
who
they
may
show
or
you.
may not be there. That's why I said it goes back to the past.
Yes, and I kind of liked it. Once,
like maybe the 60s it looked like.
Yeah, and I kind of liked it.
The neighborhood was nice, and you could see the green lawns and the kids outside playing.
And how it all started to get to this
nice.
Particular point. So after it all came together, I was like, oh, I actually do kind of like how they did that. Because they didn't just tell me the story and then finish the movie. You kind of had a little bit of guesswork here and there, which was cool for me.
It's almost like you have a mini story of the girl coming to the Airbnb. There's already a man in there. What's she gonna do? Okay, so that's her story. You have Justin Long's story. He's in California. He made a mistake. Gets himself into some Me Too
whole
whatever.
Big. I don't know if I even want to call that a mistake. I'm gonna just call that some foul stuff.
He gets in trouble.
He did,
and he owns the home. So that's like a whole nother story. Then you have the other story,
the
backstory of the house and the first owner of the home.
And why that house is the wicked way that is.
Lastly,
it's just wicked.
You have the story of what is actually going on in this basement and who it is.
And there's some listen, it's rated R, so you already know what your kids can watch. But let me just tell you, as an adult, I can watch all kind of horror. I can watch eviscerations, beheadings, all that. Some of the things that happened in here grossed me out so bad I almost puked. And you know what part I'm not even going to tell them, because when they see it, they're going to be grossed out too.
Yeah.
Tell us when you see that part of it that not gross you. I don't have to reference it.
Yeah, I didn't almost puke.
Gosh.
But I feel like I know you can do what you want with your children. You know your children best. I am not here to try to tell you how to be a parent, but I feel like this might not be one for your kids, especially if you have a basement. This might be just a little too much for them. It actually is rated R. It wasn't too scary. Like for us, we watch horror all the time. Yeah, because we watch
a lot of it.
So, maybe if your kid watches horror all the time, and especially if you don't have a basement, maybe they'd be all right.
That's hilarious.
But I would suggest maybe you watch it first, because there's scenes in here that might give them some nightmares.
The basement thing is kind of funny though, because that's like you ever play a joke on some of your little ones, tell them to come on in the basement, but I have a dark sense of humor, so I'm not telling you to do that. But it's just funny that you mentioned the basement thing, because that would make a kid scared. Because if the kid
has a basement, you know what I'm saying? And then they watch this, and then they might be
and it was deep in there. I mean, she found some stuff when she went down there to find Keith, which is Bill's character. She found some stuff down there that was kind of looking like, really, if I seen what she seen, I would have thought some man has been in here kidnapping and assaulting women and keeping them as his pets. That's what it looked like.
I'm gonna say what it is, what she saw.
Don't tell
I think that's okay.
Well, she seen the camera and the bed and the stained bed and stuff.
That's all I was gonna. But so she tells Keith, she's like, "Ooh, I went down there and I saw something and
I know it ain't right.
It's not right. I saw." He's like, "What did you see? A bed with a camera." She didn't describe it that good. That's the problem too.
Yeah, he was like, "Well, a bed and a camera. What is that? I mean, somebody slept down there and had a camera."
The bed looks like it's blood stained, like
filthy,
and there's blood on the wall.
It looks like a kidnapped victim's room.
Here goes Keith. I gotta see it for myself. Again, I should just believe her and just be out. But then if they did, there'd be no movie.
But this goes to show you when they start telling the history of the house, from back then, all of it comes together. Because my first initial reaction was, okay, I know what's been going on in here, but it was a little bit different than what I thought it was. Like, this whole movie in general was a little bit different than what I thought it would be.
Oh,
and I
appreciate that.
I did too. I enjoyed it. Tell us any extra scenes? Yes, near the beginning of the end credits.
Yes.
Okay, and then we have some fun facts. About the movie.
All right. So the script started out after Zach Krieger read the Gavin de Becker's book, The Gift of Fear, which encourages women to trust their intuition when confronted by obviously dangerous men. He used it as a writing exercise and began crafting a 30-minute short that consisted entirely of conversation in which women continue to ignore mounting series of red flags. He
Far down.
Sorry.
Got a little tickle in your throat there. It's also, but let me just say this, let me get a cough out here. When it comes to red flags, honestly, that's not kind of what happened with her. I mean, she was leery, but he didn't turn out to be a bad guy. However, the whole situation turned out to be good. So I guess kind of in your intuition, when you kind of feel like something's not right, even though he wasn't the bad guy, I understand what they're saying about the red flags.
Again, another Keith Sweat situation.
something just ain't right.
Yep.
And you know what's great? Sometimes when I'm at the film festivals and things like that, and they have the film shorts. A lot of the purpose of a lot of the film shorts are to see, you know, is there any interest? Can it make sense into a full movie? And there are so many film shorts that I see all the time. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to see that as a movie.
Yeah.
I just watched the Cabinet of Curiosities, which is on Netflix.
Yeah.
The very first one I watched, their anthologies. I'm like, I want to see that as a whole movie.
Right.
So that it makes sense that they ended up making a whole movie for this. It was a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's basically what it says. He liked it well enough that he knew he had the makings of a longer film, like
Great.
you just said, and began conceptualizing a broader story for the characters.
Cool. Now this film is set on 476 I like that it says Barbary Street.
Yeah.
Like Barbarian.
Yeah.
The whole neighborhood was kind of barbaric, if you want to say it. And this was the year 476 was when the barbarians invaded Rome. It sounds weird saying the year 476. That doesn't even sound right. You know what I mean? We're in 4 digits now. But anyway, the director, Kreger, he insists that this is unintentional and purely coincidental. I don't know. Maybe it is. But you know, all these conspiracy theorists, they like to put stuff together. So it's fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it was coincidental. But deep in my heart, I'm going to say it was on purpose. To make you think. Okay.
Richard Brake shared a story on Instagram about attending a late night screening of the movie, noting that a particular group of teenagers sitting a few rows behind him were really into the film and were terrified. When it was over, they were leaving the theater using their flashlights on their phones. When the light accidentally caught Brake's face, the teens recognized him from the movie, then screamed and ran from the room in genuine fear.
What little rookies?
He looks
serious?
He looks like a scary dude.
Oh, come on. Oh, these are rookies. My goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
They'd probably be scared watching Child's Play.
Probably.
Rookies.
Although not officially credited in any way, Jordan Peele was an invisible hand in shaping the eventual story. Star Georgina Campbell tells IndieWire in an interview, writer-director Jack Krieger is good friends with Jordan Peele, and I think he spoke to Jordan Peele a lot while he was writing the film, and Jordan Peele saw an early cut of it as well, Campbell said. So he definitely was kind of part of the essence of the movie.
I can feel a dab of Jordan in there. You know,
A
he
dab,
likes that
but-
weird psychological stuff. A
Yeah,
dab.
but not too much, because sometimes he's getting a little too abstract for me, and this was...
pretty
I
kinda
knew what it was.
It was straightforward, right.
But still, you didn't expect stuff. Stuff was jumping out at me that I didn't expect.
I didn't expect the whole Justin Long thing to come in there, and I think
So
that's what kind of threw me a little bit.
It jumps out at you, but you get what's going on.
Right.
It's not
It's not a Jordan Peele
what
type of
happened
movie.
at the end. Did they or didn't they? Was it aliens or was it not alien? No, you know what happened in this movie, and I appreciate that. So, you know, I'm glad that they're friends, and you know, I'm glad maybe he helped him out a little bit with it, but I'm glad he didn't like just take over the whole thing. And I do like Jordan Peele, and I did see all his movies, but yeah.
So I'm going with a nice 3 clappers. What about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with at least a solid 3.
Yeah,
Solid 3. Like firm.
I think the way they
I was thinking
presented
about
it,
maybe more, but
yeah, I think the way they presented the story helped me like it a little bit more because it wasn't straightforward. The way we see it, like it was almost like 3 different film shorts into one.
Yeah.
But it all wrapped up in the end together. Like it made sense.
Yeah.
I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah. It was better than I thought it was going to be, because I put it off because I was like, it looks like it's probably going to
for
suck.
a minute, right?
But it was good.
Now, if you want to go to the theater, because like sometimes we just want to get out the house, we want to go eat some good old movies, popcorn, and I eat my beef hot dog, and you just want to chill for a little bit. I would say matinee it, unless you're taking a date on a late night, then it'll be okay. But if it's a family thing, definitely matinee, or just watch it on HBO Max. But it was a good watch for me. It was fun.
Yeah.
I didn't get terribly scared. There were a few parts here and there, but
You got
I enjoyed
terribly
it.
grossed out, though.
Yeah, I got totally grossed out.
Yes.
Ugh. But anyway, you made me think of that again. Anyway, I enjoyed the movie, so we recommend go ahead and check it out. Pull it up on HBO Max if you're at home right now and watch it. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool movie.
Yep.
And for us, for GottaBeReel, for Miss Jules and Miss Thommi right here. We are on Facebook.
Yes.
We are on YouTube. We are on Instagram. We are on Cash App. And we are on the FearCon network. So go to connectyourcitystudios.com. you'll click on the FearCon tab and you'll see a lot of our horror and thriller and all kind of other fun stuff that FearCon has going on. So check them out.
FearCon.
Yes, PhoenixFearCon.com. If you want to go directly to PhoenixFearCon.com, you can go there. But to watch our videos, you'll need to go to Connect Your City Studio and then tap the FearCon network. All right. So check us out on any of those platforms. Let us know if you want us to review something. We'll shout you out on the show. It doesn't matter what genre it's from. It could be old. It could be new. It could be from the 50s. Doesn't matter. Just let us know what you want to see and we got you covered. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for tuning in to our review of Barbarian, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.